Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this, and in this video I want to talk about Call of Duty, and I want to talk about why I think a lot of people are finding it more and more frustrating. And I don't think it's the obvious reason of, oh, it's just the same game, because the more people complain about Call of Duty being the same, I think the more they actually want it to be the same. And I say this as a big Call of Duty fan. I know a lot of you are big Call of Duty fans who are starting to get a little bit sick and tired of the series. Now, put your hand up if you want Call of Duty to go back to CoD 4 and World at War. Of course, the same game. And you might be thinking, but Kieran, it's just the same now anyway. No, it's not. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1. Well, Black Ops 1 was a lot more, I think. Actually, no, I'm going to count it as well. Anything past Modern Warfare 2, I think, completely overcomplicated the Call of Duty mechanics. And I'll tell you why. To be good at Call of Duty, you need to... It's hard to explain, but you need to abuse the game in a way that you're not really. So you need to know how to spawn trap. You need to know the spawn points. You essentially need to cheat the game, and you'll be good. You don't have to, and you'll be good anyway. So in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and Call of Duty World at War, which I know a lot of you guys probably haven't even played, which absolutely sucks because they were the best Call of Duty games by far. There was, like, you felt like a super soldier, even though you weren't. You had all the perks, you had all the attachments, you had a secondary, you had all this. It was simple. You knew what you wanted to play. Not everything counterbalanced each other. That is a big thing in these new Call of Duty games, that everything has a counterbalance. You don't need that. The really strong things need a counterbalance, like air support, Juggernaut and Stopping Power counted each other out in the original, and not the originals, but the original next-gen Call of Duties, we'll call them. Or current gen, if you want to be that way. You had a counterbalance to the stuff that was overpowered, but you didn't have a balance for everything. So you felt like a super soldier. In Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, I felt like if I put a perk on, or I put some perks on, there will be a guy on the other team who will have the counterbalance to that, and it's essentially that the perks are non-existent. It's just you and a gun. I'd love it to go back to the way Call of Duty 4 and World at War did, especially the maps. The maps were so much better in those games. But I think that the more people say, oh, I don't like Call of Duty because it's the same, I think that the people truly don't like Call of Duty anymore because it's different. People want Call of Duty 4. People want World at War. We don't want Black Ops 2. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, but come on. I mean, the way that Call of Duty was played was you knew how to cheat the game to your advantage. And that was fun. But then, it wasn't, and I have to explain that. I don't mean like overpowered weapons, although there were, but you could get around with any gun in Call of Duty 4 and World at War. You could. Even the LMGs, for Christ's sake. But, you know, in terms of, in the Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, if you weren't using what was in Modern Warfare 2? If you weren't using the UMP, or I can't remember the other ones. If you weren't using the overpowered guns, you'd get destroyed. I think Call of Duty needs to go back to its simple routes. Simple routes, not routes, you idiot. That would be awesome. If they were to make the Call of Duty 4 multiplayer an arcade game, and people could just go and buy and download it, that would be so good. With local search. I've always said that Call of Duty 4 would be the best Call of Duty by a country mile if it had localized searching, but it didn't, so World at War was the best. But just go back to that. That's what people liked. And that's truly why I think people don't like Call of Duty anymore, because it's too overcomplicated. It's too different. Which is ironic because everyone bitches about it being the same. Yes, it is the same when you compare it to the one that changed everything, Modern Warfare 2. It's the same. But it's nowhere near the same as what Call of Duty 4 and World at War were. They were a much simpler experience, more streamlined. They were... I mean, Call of Duty has always been easy to pick up and play, but those ones required a little bit of learning. Now, in Black Ops 2, you can go into a lobby and they boost you to level 10 automatically. Why not just make level 10 the start point? It's ridiculous. And like me, who's good at Call of Duty, I get angry, and I know a lot of other people would get angry at Black Ops 2 because it's so broken from what we used to play. For instance, like the spawn points. When you had a spawn trap, we knew where the spawns were. If we got spawn kill, we really didn't care because we knew why. Now it feels like the game's gone, oh fuck, people know how to spawn trap. We better make up some crazy spawn algorithm that doesn't fucking work. It's annoying. So that's about it, really. So I thought I would leave my thoughts. I hope people agree with me because it's pretty complicated, but I think if you understand what I'm trying to say, it makes sense. Of course it does. Also, Oz Game Shop giveaway. I got my Oz Game Shop games. I'll be making a video about that later. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Au revoir.